Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Monet and I'm here to bring you everything love, light, and black girl wellness. If you like the content that you see here, please make sure to hit the button down below. So in today's video, we are discussing how to get in tune with that feminine energy, right? Because a lot of the women that I follow on social media or even are in my direct circle, we have different conversations, or I see different women having conversations in regards to how do they connect to their femininity. And I feel like it's very important for us to understand the power within our femininity and learn how to connect to that power. Because your feminine power is your divine light to be able to travel through this experience that you're having in this vessel, right? So it's very powerful for you to be able to hone in on that, own it, really stand in true belief that you hold this power and stop giving this power away, right? So what I want to do today is tell you a little about how to do that and how I've done that. And some of the women, some of the great heroine goddesses that I follow have done that same thing, right? So the first thing we're going to talk about as far as getting into our feminine energy, really honing in on that feminine power, what you must do in order to do that is believe that it exists, right? To believe that that power even exists within you. You know, we've been taught for many decades and years that we have to go outside of ourselves to tap into a certain level of power. And in my own spiritual journey and spiritual awakening, I've come to believe that that is not true. And so when you start believing that the only power that exists is the one outside of your own being, you begin giving everything else power over your experience while you're here on this earth. You have to believe, understand, understand that the power that you label as God or the universe or the stars, whatever that God power is for you, that label is for you, it lives within you. Like, we are co-creators of this, our experience on this universe, right? And so you have to first even believe that there's this power that you give this praise and glory and whatever to, this same thing lives within you. So if you're looking outside of yourself for that power, stop. If you want to see what that powerful force, that energetic force, that universal force, whatever it is that you believe in, if you want to see what that looks like, pause this video and go look in the mirror, because it's all within you, right? So the first step is believing that you even have the power. The second step is to shift your self-talk, right? How are you speaking to yourself? Because our words are so powerful. You know, for those of us who believe in the Bible, we know that there's power in the tongue, right? For those of us who believe in a more spiritual realm, we know that energy is everything, and what we give energy and power to, we bring it into our existence and our reality. So either way you look at it, right, you're giving it energy. So if you wake up today and you say, hey, you know, it's Friday, I don't really feel like going to work, it's going to be a bad day. Well, now you've set the tone for your day. So throughout the day, you're going to be getting tossed bad energy because you've already put that energy into the universe saying, hey, I want to have a bad day today, because that's what I set my tone for. Because that was the first thing I said when I woke up. It's Friday. Oh, I got to work, right? So you have to be careful of the things that you're saying. Now, in relation to how you talk to yourself, when you wake up in the morning, are you just looking in the mirror at all of your so-called imperfections, your acne, your blemishes, your weight, your hair isn't right, or whatever it is, and then you start talking to yourself like, oh, I'm ugly, oh, I'm fat, oh, nobody wants to date me, oh, blah, 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 right? And you're convincing yourself. You're talking to yourself. You're internalizing your words, and everything that you are saying, you are giving power to that belief. And so if you believe that you're ugly, then you are. If you believe that you're fat, then you are. If you believe that you are powerless, then you are. However, if you shift that self-talk and you say, hey, I am beautiful. I am sexy, honey. I am showing up in my fullest figure and I look damn good. You know, these scars on my face don't take away from any of my beauty. You know, you have to shift that self-talk. And when you start to shift that self-talk, you will start to see your confidence rise, right? And when you start to really walk in your confidence, you start to have this sort of swag about yourself, right? You even start to see things differently in the world when you start to talk to yourself differently. When you start to ignite that love within you, within yourself, you start to then spread that love into the universe, into the world. And so, not saying that you don't see the bad shit that's happening around you. However, you have a different perspective of the world. You might be fully aware of what's going on, but you have this happy, protective, covering shield, bubble around you that does not infect your energy and how you feel about yourself and how you feel about yourself in this world, right? So if you shift your self-talk, even within your finances, you know, a lot of us have a bad habit of saying, I'm broke. I ain't got it. Stop saying that, because what you're doing is you're telling the universe, hey, I'm broke. Give me more of this. I'm loving this, right? We show up for the things that we're saying. I ain't got it. I'm broke. Well, guess what your reality is? You broke and ain't got it. You speaking that, and that's like your affirmation. Because you continuously say it, I'm fat and I'm ugly and don't nobody want me. That is that your affirmation? I think if we start to believe that the way that we talk to each other or ourselves is our daily affirmations, and what we give power to becomes a reality for us. So if you start thinking about your self-talk in that way, it really shifts your perspective. It really shifts how you show up for yourself, how you show up for the world. And then if you're showing up for yourself in a way that you're loving yourself and you're really internalizing all the good things that you're saying about yourself and you're giving that power back to yourself, now you are pouring a different type of energy out into the universe. And so you will see your dreams and your visions and your goals come to manifest because you put the belief and the power and the energy into those things. So start to shift your self-talk and how you talk to yourself and really get in that confident swag and really start feeling yourself. Start feeling your sexy. Start feeling your feminine, because that energy is everything. And it's really going to catapult the way that you experience this life as a vessel. And then the third thing that you will need to do in order to really come into full consciousness with your feminine energy and your feminine power is to heal yourself. Yep. You have the power to do that. You know that? Yeah. You have the power to heal yourself. And I know that we see a lot of posts about self-love is yoga and bubble baths and spas and mimosas and brunches and girlfriend time. And that's all great and good. But if you want to get to the real deal, Holyfield, about self-care, self-love, and healing, then it starts with accountability, which is a word that a lot of us try to shy away from, which is why we put labels on things so we don't have to take accountability. But that's a whole nother video. So yes, we start to create this self-love within ourselves by healing. So we have to revisit all of the wounds that are covered in our layers of bullshit, right? All of the things that we've experienced since childhood that were traumatic experiences for us, we start to hide and tuck under rugs and put masks and covers over so we don't have to deal with it. And if you don't deal with it, then you'll never heal from it, right? So we have to stop acting like things didn't happen. We have to start revisiting those hard traumatic experiences and feel it. When you revisit these experiences, I want you to actually be in that moment and remember the pain that you felt. Remember the discardedness. One thing y'all gonna know about me is I make up my own words, so flow with me. So your discardedness. Did you feel discarded from your family? Did you feel discarded from the world? How did you feel when this traumatic experience happened to you? Did you disconnect? I know with me personally, like I was raped. My first time having sex. I actually just realized this the other day when I revisited this. My first time actually having an experience where my hymen was broken, where I was raped, and I was 14. And then after that, I went into this shell for a moment, and I internalized everything being my own fault. And then I realized that the only way for me to take my power back over this situation was to be able to get them how he got me, which is basically the mind control, the manipulation, right? So I got into a habit of just having sex with different men that I wanted to have sex with, but disassociating myself with emotion. Right? So I'm having sex with you, but I don't feel anything. Right? I'm just telling myself, hey, this is just what I'm doing. Or, you know, if it was for money, hey, this is about my money, you know, whatever it is. And this experience at 14 caused me to really grow a hate for men, caused me to really disassociate my relationship with my emotions, with my sensuality, with everything. Right? I started looking at everything in a different light. And so had I not revisited that experience that happened to me way back when, I wouldn't have been able to heal and forgive everyone that I needed to forgive, all the relationships that I had gotten into where I expected someone to fix me, where I expected someone to love me and make me happy, not realizing that that was my own responsibility. Right? But if I had not revisited that traumatic experience, I wouldn't have been able to heal all of the relationships that have happened since that one. And then also, not only do you have to heal the relationship with yourself, I know a lot of us don't have the best relationships with our mom. And how can you really get in touch with your femininity and your feminine energy and your ancestors and the spirit that lives within you? How can you really get in touch with that if your relationship with your mom is dead? Right? That is a big connection in this world for you. Your mother, that mother womb, that mother energy. And so, you know, this is a whole nother video, but me and my mom, we did not have the greatest relationship for years, okay, for years, since I was a little girl up until about 2-3 years ago. Me and my mother had an emotional disconnection for years, and it took a lot of self-discipline, self-love, self-actualization. So it took a lot of me working on me to be able to put myself in a space to see things from her point of view, to take my selfish self out of my perspective and to see things from her view. And when I did that, when I humbled myself and I put my, and I hate that word, by the way, I don't know why I used it, but when I decided to put my soul over my ego, I put myself in a position for me to heal from my mother's wounds that she may have experienced. And ever since I did that, she has gotten onto her journey of healing. So in order for you to really get in touch with this divine feminine goddess energy that we all have within us, we have to heal within ourselves, our self wounds, and then we have to heal those mother wounds, right? So if you are in a space right now where you're just trying to figure it all out, that's absolutely okay. It's normal. And you stumbling across this video is just confirmation that this is where you are, and this may be the information that you need. So I hope that you got everything that you were looking for in this video. If you have any feedback, any questions, comments, maybe some things that you want me to talk about, want me to break down that you've heard in this video and I can break it down a little more for you, please let me know. Like I said, this is my first ever YouTube video, so I am open to all feedback. If you're here, please believe that we're going to talk about everything from Black Girl Wellness to Black Girl Magic, all the in between, self-love, the healing, the everything. Okay, so once again, thank you again for joining me. Hope this video wasn't too long, but if it is, you stayed to the end. Appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll be seeing you for my next video soon.